Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're all well. So today we are going to discuss the 23rd problem in the TLE Eliminator CP sheet, 800 rated problems. The problem name is Walking Master. So let's get started. So let's first read the problem statement. Yongxiang is standing on an infinite plane with the Cartesian coordinate system on it. In one move, she can move to a diagonally adjacent point on the top right or the adjacent point on the left. That is, if she is standing on the point xy, she can either move to the point x plus y and y plus 1 or x minus y and y. Yongxiang initially stands at point AB. She wants to move to the point CD. Find the minimum number of moves she needs to make or declare that it is impossible. We need to output the minimum number of moves if it's possible, otherwise we need to output -1. So let's see what the problem wants to say. Suppose we are standing at the point x, y. From here we can go either to x plus 1, y plus 1, that is this point, or we can go to this point, that is x minus 1, y, right? So we need to find the minimum number of moves that the person can make to move from one point to another. So one thing that we can note here is that in the y direction we can only move upward, whereas in the x direction we can move in both the directions. So let's take the second test case and try to implement it. It's given we are at 0, 0 and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we need to move to the point 4, 5. So we need to reach here. Now in order to move to this point, first we'll cover the y-axis. So we need to go till the point 5. So we'll go till 5, 5. So from here to here it will require us 5 moves. Right, so we'll reach to 5, 5. Now we can go one step backward and make it 4, 5. So the moves required were 6. Right, so 6 moves are required. So this is what we need to do. First we'll traverse in the y direction, and this distance needs to be y, that is destination, minus y initial. Now if this is negative we cannot, so the answer is -1. Okay, so we need to traverse this, and corresponding to this our x will also increment by the same. And now we need to change the x also, so we'll decrease the x to the magnitude of x minus is equal to x finally minus x. Now this is the now x in. We are here, so we need to go here. Now even this needs to be negative. If this is positive, then we cannot. If this is positive, then the answer is no. If this is negative, we'll just add those number of operations to our final answer. Right? If we got the approach, let's write a little bit of code. So we'll input x1, y1, x2, y2. Now we will first calculate y difference, that is y2 minus y1. If this difference is less than 0, then the answer is no, because we cannot move below in the y direction. We cannot come down in the y direction. We can only move upwards. Now we will have an operations variable that will show our answer, and we'll make it equal to the y difference. And similarly we will increment our x1 to x1 plus the y diff, because we move like this, x plus 1 and y plus 1. So now we will calculate the x diff, that is x2 minus x1. Now if this is positive, then the answer is again no. Why? Because we can move in the backward direction only. So if this is positive or it is 0, we'll just add that number to our operations variable, and in the end we'll just print our operations. So that's all we need to do in this code. If you got the approach, so now let's move on to coding the same. So I have my boilerplate code here. We'll be given x1, y1, x2 and y2. Let's take them as inputs, x1, y1, x2, y2. Now we will have an answer variable initialized to 0. Then we will calculate the y diff, that is y2 minus y1. Now if this y diff is less than 0, that means it's negative, then it's not possible, so we will print -1 and we will continue. Now we will increment our x1 to ydiff by ydiff, because we'll be traversing diagonally, so x1 will also be incremented. Now we will calculate the xdiff, that is equal to x2 minus x1. Now if this xdiff is greater than 0, that means we cannot traverse, so we'll continue, otherwise we'll just add it to our answer. So we have not incremented our answer by the ydiff, so in the end we will just print out the answer. Let's try for the sample test cases now. So let's check out where the error is coming, since our output for the sample test cases is not correct. So let's print out the differences and the ydiff and an enddiff. So the xdiff is negative. In the operations we need to add the absolute value of the differences, that is the positive operations, otherwise we'll get a negative and that decreases our answer. So we don't need to decrease the answer, we need the absolute number of operations. So now let's check it. Now the answer is 4, 6, minus 1, 0 and 3, 3. That's the correct answer for the sample inputs. Now let's try to submit it. Submit, paste and submit. And it got accepted. That means our solution and our approach is correct. I hope you understood the problem. Comment down what was your approach for solving the same problem. The solution link would be in the description section. Do check it out. Also, this is a playlist for all of the problems in the CP sheet. Do check out all the other problems as well. Like the video, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Thank you.